I nearly got a girl pregnant when I was 14 years old. I'm making this video, so hopefully you viewer watching this don't have to experience anything as similar as that unless you desire to do so. Me personally, I didn't desire to do so, and I think most logical and logically minded 14-year-olds don't want to put themselves in that position. It's a massive commitment. There are massive responsibilities and obligations that come with having children. And if you are a man of integrity and you want to be able to take care of, provide for, educate, inspire, and be the best father you can to your children, then 14 is just not the age unless you have a significant advantage over most people and you have an abundance of resources, knowledge, wealth, people around you, supportive people, But for most 14-year-olds, having children is a nightmare. And by all means, if that's your desire, go ahead and pursue that, but think very carefully before you do, because you don't want to commit yourself to something that you're not ready for. This was an accident though. So it was the first time, funnily enough, that I had sex, and it was with my current girlfriend at the time. And I say girlfriend lightly because I wasn't in a relationship with her. We were just kind of seeing each other on a regular basis, and we both liked each other, but I was kind of playing her, and I was a bit of a player during those days, and I didn't take my relationship with her very seriously, although I tried to be there for her and I did truly care about her. Whether I loved her or not, I don't know, but that's besides the point. I nearly got her pregnant. What happened was we had sex, and because we were young and it was our first times and we didn't really know what we were doing, I didn't take the necessary protective measures. I'll leave that to you to interpret, but I'm guessing you know what I mean. I didn't protect myself, and I thought I'd be okay. I thought I got this, I know what I'm doing. I'll be able to to negate the potential of this happening. And I was able to, but only slightly, because there was a real scare when she was late 1 month, and she messaged me and she was like, "Ryan, I think I might be pregnant." And I was just like, I remember the moment when I read that text and my heart just dropped. And I don't know how to describe emotionally how I felt, but I just felt overwhelmed, absolutely overwhelmed, and I needed an answer. I needed to know what was going on. I needed to know where we were going to go from here. And so obviously she had a test, and luckily it came back negative. But it just reminds me of how close you can come. And if things were slightly different, I could now be a father. I could now be a father of children who are 5 years old, 4 years old. That's just crazy. So we really need to think about these things. And I think lust, one of the most powerful instinctual drives and desires that is within us, is the sexual desire. And being able to control that allows us mastery to be able to control pretty much any of our impulses or desires, because it's such a powerful one. And it can blind us like crazy. It can blind us to the consequences of what we're doing, to the moral impact of what we're doing, and just to the gravity of the situation, because we're not using our head, we're using our body, we're using our instinctual drives to allow us to make a certain decision, and not our logical, reasoning, intelligent brain. And so I think, obviously, I think protection's very important. And I also think we should all think very carefully before we do something that carries with it quite a lot of risk. Because you have to ask yourself, what level of risk are you willing to take? And what are the consequences if this risk turns out badly? What are the consequences if this doesn't go to plan? And truthfully, now that I look back, I think if I'd have thought about that process a bit more, if I would have engaged more with my logical reasoning, then I probably wouldn't have done it, or at least I would have protected myself, which would have significantly lessened the chances of me getting her pregnant. And so luckily I didn't, but if I did, I would have had to bear that responsibility, because although it was an accident, it was a foolish accident, an accident that was completely my fault, that I should have thought about, that I should have considered. I should have been wiser. But all we can do is learn from our past experiences and move forward with the knowledge that we've acquired from making the mistakes we have made, and hopefully not make those same mistakes again. And so I just wanted to share this story because I think it's quite a cool story, I guess, in some sense. It's probably quite interesting to many people, but it's simple and it's short, and the message to take away from it is brief, but I think it's still important to talk about nonetheless, and it is my lived experience. And I think sharing that with you guys, being honest with you guys, being genuine with you guys is the best approach here, because in honesty is good. Honesty is good. Truth is good. And so we all have a responsibility to pursue that, prioritize that, and uphold that to the utmost standard we are capable of holding it to. Beautiful robin bird, I've just seen it. Absolutely beautiful bird. It's one of my favorite birds, that is the robin. But yeah, that's my story on how I nearly got a girl pregnant at 14 years old. A very scary experience, to be honest, a very scary experience. But nonetheless, luckily I made it out unscathed, but I'm sure many people don't. And so I think this story needs to be told on behalf of the people that did get away unscathed and the people who didn't. And we just need to be honest about our experience, honest about the mistakes we made and the part we had to play, and honest about what we think we can take away from this and that other people can apply in their lives. If you enjoyed this video, make sure that you like and subscribe and turn notifications on so you never miss another video like this. Also, share this video with someone you think might need to hear this message, and I will see you guys in the next video. Take care.